and the sun is shining, and my lovely alliums are just about to come into flower. Must give them a bit of a water tonight, but they're looking absolutely stunning. Now in today's show I'm going to go through just a couple of things with you. A little project which is my Zen garden down in the what was our rose garden, but it still is our rose garden, but it's going to be, I've decided, a peace garden, somewhere where we can sit and peacefully relax, and it's going to be chilling and calming, and I hope when you see the results of that you'll share that point of view with me. Also, I've been growing some plants, as I showed you in the last show, for a new garden in a local public house, and I'll show you the installation of those plants and offer you a general invitation to come and have a look at them yourselves. So just a couple of things in today's show, nothing special, just some enjoyment, some relaxing, and let's just take in this beautiful weather that we've got at the moment and say welcome to June in a year gardening. This area of the garden has been a bane. We get loads of weeds coming through, and obviously the forget-me-nots that I planted and everything else, they're all coming through, and I've had enough. So I'm going to clear all of this through. This is going to become my Zen garden, my peace garden, and I'm going to completely clear this through. I'm going to leave the roses, but everything else is going to be cleared. All of this is coming out of here, and I'm going to start by basically hoeing the ground, and then we're going to put some weed membrane down and make it into a really calming and relaxing area. We've got the stream on this side here, and I'm sure it's going to be perfect. So I'll show you how I'm doing it, what I'm doing, and we'll really crack on with this. Well, when I first moved here, this was an area that I built, big stone area with concrete and everything else, and we had a fire pit on it. Now we've got a garden, but the weeds are awful, and I've been taking these out of here for most of the day, and I've only got an area about 4 foot by 3 foot taken out. There's a lot more to do, and I'm going to go right the way through here, and then we're going to lay some weed membrane down here, and then we're going to cover it in stone. So we've got the stream running down the side here, and this will be a very peaceful, quiet area of the garden to come and sit and relax. So I've got a lot of work to do here, but it's going to look beautiful. And so I'll show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. We've got to take the irises out. These are going to go and join the other irises in the front garden. So the roses will stay, the apple tree will stay, and it's just going to be a very calming area. But I've got so many weeds to take out, so I'm going to crack on. Well, this is the last section of the garden where I've got any major work to do, and so I've been tidying the weed area. I've got a lot of stones and gravel here, but I want to sieve this soil and take out the large bits, put the soil back down, then I'm adding the weed membrane over the top before I put the stones down. And this will be my Zen garden, peace garden. It'll just be a nice calming place to relax. At the edge I'm putting in a plastic border around the edge which will stop the stones going onto the grass. So still quite a bit of work to do here, but I'm looking forward to getting this done today. So still a few little bits of weed just to take out around the edge, and then we'll just add some more sand and cement at the top here where I've actually damaged the stream doing this. Tidy that up, and the whole thing's going to look absolutely beautiful. Membrane down on here. I've taken most of the large pieces out now. I've got to complete putting this edging around, and these are just plastic strips that lock into each other. I get it lined up nicely. That just pushes down into the ground, and being as they're plastic, they're flexible and I can build a curve with them. And all you have to do, make sure you get it so they interlock, and then this will come along, form a nice edge and retain the gravel that is going to go over the top. In fact, it's a stone chipping that I purchased, and it's going to just blend in nicely with the area. Then what we'll do is we'll put the rake over the top of this, just smooth it out a little bit before we put the weed suppressing membrane down over the top, which will stop the weeds coming through, and then we can put the stone chippings over the top of that. So we've got about half a ton of stone chippings sitting around the side of the house now, ready to come down here. So I'll just finish putting this border in up here, and then we'll get the membrane down. Well, this membrane that I've got for this is a permeable membrane, so that means the water can pass through, which means feeds will pass through, but it will make a dark area beneath so that the weeds do not come through. So I've just measured this off, and I'm just making sure that I've got this down to the right length here, and I put about a 4-inch overlap onto the piece that I've already got down here. Then I'm just going to fold this underneath, and then I'm going to fit this corner here over the existing one earlier, just to hold that in place, because what I've got to do is I've got to come through here making place for the existing plants, and to do that I have my trusty pair of scissors, and we'll just cut down to the plant and come round the side of it. And for this next bit here, this is going to be quite a task. We've got a plant just on the edge there, so we're going to cut that one there, come round the far side. Then as I get round here, I'm going to put another spike in just to hold this in place. Carry on all the way around the edges, get the whole thing covered, and then we start looking at getting some stone down here. Yes, it's going to be much better. I think what I'll do is I'll just put another spike in where I've cut this here, just so that it doesn't pull apart when I stretch it across the ground. Lovely. On with this then. Well, there we have the weed membrane down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start bringing the stones in from this end and work my way up so that I can keep it nice and level with the top of this artificial border that I've put in. So I think it's time to go and get the first bag of stones. So this is the first bag of stones, beautiful colour. I've got to work those nicely in at the edge to make sure that I'm holding down all of the edge of the membrane. So this is a slow bit of the job. With the other bags, I'll probably be able to just come in and drop the bag and rake it out. And we're just going to slowly work this in around the edge. Get that nicely covering in there. That's nice. That is nice. That's going to look absolutely lovely. I need to get a few more bags down now. Well, with the sound of the stream running past these lovely light peach coloured stones, I've got a little Buddha statue here, my roses, and everything is looking lovely, chilled and relaxed. I think this is really, really nice and peaceful, and I hope you've enjoyed watching what I've done here. But now it's time for me to take you down to the local pub and show you the plants being installed down there. Well, now I've got the planters in my trailer ready to go down to the pub and install them. So time to get a move on. Well, here we are at the Station House Public House in Tunbridge, and if you're ever passing through Tunbridge, please pop in and say hi to us, because I do pop in here from time to time. Now what we've got some hanging pots which I've shown you, which we've been growing in the greenhouse, and now they're ready to go up. So we're going to be converting this area, which is a little bit of a mess at the moment, into a rather pretty little garden, so that the customers here can have a relax. So we're just going to do some tidying up, and then we're going to fix these planters to the walls. So we've now located the pots on the wall, and everything is going to look really beautiful, and I'll show you it later on. But as this is a public house, that is too easy to walk away with. So what we've got to do is we've actually got to fix them to the wall. So all I'm going to do is going to take the drill, pop a little hole through the brace on the back here, take the screw into the wood, and that will keep them safe here, away from hands that might want to lift them away. Well, that's that one fixed. 11 more to go. So we started with 12 pots. We placed some along here and some around the seating area. Now we're going to be repainting all of this wooden fencing and all of the furniture in the garden. That's a job for the future. However, I think this already makes a big change to the garden. I'll just show you the other pots around above the seating area. So we've got these pots here, and if I move this around above each seat on the side, we've got another pot. And I'm pretty certain that once we get the staging built at the bottom of this fence and the barbecue area built, this is going to be a beautiful little garden. Well, that brings me to the end of my mid-June show, and I hope you've enjoyed what I've shared with you today. The peace garden is looking absolutely splendid, and the pub is really coming along very, very well. So all in all, a very, very positive show to have brought to you. So I have got to get another couple of bags of stones. I was just a little bit short on my estimate, but that's because the stones are deeper. They're around about 2 to 3 inches deep when I thought that 2 inches would do it, and that actually changes a lot of things. However, all good, happy days, and I'm very, very happy with the results so far. So I'm now going to start working towards our July show, and that's going to be harvesting of potatoes as well, because our Charlottes are nearly ready. They're in flower now, so I'm watering them steadily every day, because when your potatoes are flowering, the one thing they need is the moisture to help swell the potatoes. So I'm keeping doing that, and hopefully we're going to have a very pleasant show for you for July. So thank you very much for joining me today. It's been greatly appreciated as always. Do remember, please, if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. That's A Year Gardening, and you'll find it through the search engine. However, that's it. All done for today, and I'll just say thank you very much. Stay well, be kind to each other, and happy gardening. And today I'm going to leave you with a small glass of Pinot Grigio. It's a sunny day, why not have a white wine? Cheers.